Terve kaikki.
Hei, ootko eka kertaa?
Täällä eka kertaa, kyllä. Kiitos. Mun nimi on Julian ja tuun esittää nämä ruuat englanniksi, joten vaihdan tässä vaiheessa jo kieltä.
It's alright.
So, I'll be doing two pieces.
Can you go a bit closer?
Closer to the mic? Yes, I can. There. So I'll be doing two pieces for you today, and it's probably gonna exceed 5 minutes, but just a few minutes, and I hope you forgive me for that. My first piece is called Cakes on Cakes on Cakes. The rooster rolls a little to the west in his sleep, as if to push on the snooze button on the feast of sunlight that floods in from the east. Cracks in the walls of the wooden barn let light in, like the overwhelmed gods who did nothing but looked the giant wooden gift horse in the mouth as it rolled in. And though still deep in his dreams, the rooster knows that both man and beast are to be deprived of sweet, sweet sleep. A shadow crosses the yard, with steps silent as the northern wind kissing snow. It falters to a stop and listens to the silent scream of dawn as the fiery effervescent sky deems the horizon breached. As surely as the sun eventually will rise from the east, the baker knows that her dough has multiplied with the east. Before sunrise, before wake-ups, and before the early bird, the baker needs dough. With bills on her mind and his family on her heart, this baker needs dough. Times are hard, and hard-working hands have fingers crossed for evidence of things unseen. Faith can be read off the scars of this baker's knees, though. This scene, though. The early sun's rays are lit gray like angels' wings with white powder more potent than the dust angels bring. This flower is going to be the wind in the sails of those who wish to ride the waves in the high tide of this sea called life. For some, it's going to be the gravity that pulls on the waistline to rest 6 feet deep. And for all so many, it's going to be the tiny piece of soft cushion to rest weary heads as they sleep on rock bottom. You see, falling on stone breaks even the toughest of skin, and the baker knows this. That is why her cakes travel with messages. Every crease in her pastry is lined with words, and every niche in this pantry is primed to serve with messages like, to the widow who was left alone with a bouquet and 6 of his, take console. Take console of the fact that you will never ever be left alone, but forever with 6 of his. To the little tomboy dipping her finger in the cream of her 10th birthday cake, I wish you this same light-hearted joy at the slicing of every birthday cake from now on. To the chubby cheek boy chin deep in his muffin, I tell you, like sticks and stones, those words, they will hurt you. But like sticks and stones, you can break and throw out each one. Scars are only proof that you were strong enough to heal, son. To the 15-year-old boy frozen by the bakery's window because he can't tell whether a heart-shaped cake is too cliché for his first crush. Yes, it is. However, cheesy heart-shaped cheesecakes are a cliché because girls have heard tales, and yes, she wants to be the princess. To the dreamy eyes lost in hers. Keep searching for doors to open and lose yourself deeper in her heart. Treat her forever like fine art. Hold her so close you two can never be told apart. The rooster crows as daylight takes over and the baker returns to her body with a deep breath. Her hands have been working magic. She smiles as she stares at her cake stacked in boxes. Her work is done. Her part taken in this process. Let the light flood in. Thank you.
Wow.
Yep.
So that was my first piece, and I realized my pieces that I write usually spring out of a necessity, often from a process that I've been going through. Of course, I live only my life, so I can only write about myself. And right now, I'm working on a project, and also because of the public discourse right now, I realize I'm thinking a lot about race and about issues on that subject. I've been reading a lot of theory on that, and I realize It's a very interesting experience to find out the theory behind my actions and behind the actions of other people. And one thing that has really been resonating with me is black excellence. I don't know if that's a familiar term, black excellence. I see a few people nodding, most of them no. Well, black excellence, it's a mentality. It's a set state of mind that boys and girls of color grow with. My father, he used to quote his high school motto to us when we were kids. Vel primus, vel cum primis. It means either the first or with the first. Yes, that's what I grew up with in our home. But I came to learn at an early age that what was expected of me and others like me was nothing less than the first. I was filled with the thirst to be a little bit better than the best. Not to set me aside from the rest, but to include me in the set subset of those who were the set norm. When I came first, I had earned my right to stand tall alongside my peers. Whenever I came second, I was exceptionally good for a black kid, but not quite up to par with the best of the whites. Yes, I was the pick of the litter, but some other alpha male picked me from the pack like a little puppy that is, yes, oh so cute, but still just a dog. Whenever I failed to place third, it was no surprise, because obviously this was an unfair race. All odds against the mule running with thoroughbreds. My inferiority and my loss, all inscribed in my race. I learned to chant, good, better, best. Shall I never rest, until my good is better, and my better best. Good, better, best. Shall I never rest, until my good is better, and my better best. Good, better, best. Shall I never rest, until my good is better, and my better best. Good, better, best. Shall I never rest, until my good is better, and my better best. Good, better, best. Shall I never rest, until my good gives way to better, and I'm better than the best. Good, better, best. Shall I never rest, shall I never rest, shall I never rest, shall I never rest, shall I never rest. No. Not as long as excellence is what is demanded of me to be on a par with the mediocrity of the norm. That is black excellence.